Shailesh Pawar, and in today's session we are going to discuss about operators and conditional statements available in Java. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. So ऑपरेटर्स का जो पहला टाइप हम लोग यहाँ पे देखने वाले हैं वो होने वाला है अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेटर्स. So now as the name suggests, arithmetic operators are going to be such operators that we will be using in to perform arithmetic operations in our Java program. तो यहाँ पे तुम लोग clearly देख सकते हो plus operator is being used here, which is used to perform addition, minus operator which is used to perform subtraction. We have multiplication operator and division operator, and finally we have modulus operator which is used to find out remainder of the division. Then जो next category of software operators हम लोग देखने वाले हैं, that is unary operators. Unary operators, as the name suggests, these are going to be the operators which work with only one operand. ऐसे operators जो सिर्फ एक operand के साथ काम करते हैं. तो the first unary operator that we are going to see is known as increment operator. नाम से ही समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. This operator is used to increase the value of its operand by 1. इसे दो फॉर्मेट्स में यूज किया जाता है, प्री इंक्रीमेंट एंड पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट. हम लोग प्रोग्राम्स में देखेंगे प्री इंक्रीमेंट एंड पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट में डिफरेंस क्या है. सिमिलर इज द केस विद दिस ऑपरेटर. दिस इज नोन एज डिक्रीमेंट ऑपरेटर. अगेन नाम से ही समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. यूजिंग दिस वी कैन डिक्रीज द वैल्यू ऑफ ऑपरेंड बाय 1. अगेन इसे दो फॉर्मेट में यूज किया जाता है, pre-decrement and post-decrement. Then we have logical not operator here. This operator is used on Boolean expressions, to change the value of Boolean expression from either true to false or from false to true. Logically negate करना है तुम्हें. True होगा तो false हो जाएगा, false होगा तो true हो जाएगा. Then we have unary minus operator available here. This operator is used to show negative value और to negate a value, है ना. तो मैंने 10 लिखा है, अगर या a लिखा है, माइनस लगा देता हूं तो वो a की जो भी वैल्यू होगी वो निगेटिव बन जाएगी, माइनस बन जाएगी, माइनस a हो जाएगा. Then this particular operator that we have is known as bitwise negation operator. And then we have this pair of parentheses. Now here this pair of parentheses are being used to perform typecasting. That's why मैंने वहां पे ब्रैकेट में टाइप करके लिखा है. टाइपकास्टिंग हम लोग ऑलरेडी एक बार देख चुके हैं, एक्सप्लिसिट टाइपकास्टिंग. तो these are the unary operators available. Then the next category of operators that we are going to see are going to be shift operators. These are again known as bitwise operators, क्योंकि ये bitwise operations perform करने के लिए यूज किए जाते हैं. इसमें से जो पहला ऑपरेटर है यहाँ पे, this particular operator is a bitwise right shift operator, and ये जो ऑपरेटर है ये bitwise left shift operator है. Then next category जो हम लोग देखेंगे वो है relational operators की category. Now one thing we will always have to remember that relational operators will always provide the final result as a boolean value, है ना. इन operators की वजह से जो भी result आएगा वो हमेशा boolean value में आएगा, या तो true या तो false. तो उसमें से पहला operator है less than operator. Obviously अगर मेरे पास दो operands है a and b and मुझे check करना है कि whether a's value is less than b, तो हम लोग इसे कुछ ऐसे लिखेंगे, a less than b. So actually अगर a की वैल्यू b से लेस होगी तो this will return you true, otherwise this will return you false. उसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट ऑपरेटर आ जाता है वो है greater than operator. Now in this case we are going to check whether a's value is greater than b or not. पहले हम लोगों ने लेस देन b है कि नहीं देखे थे, अब ये greater than b है कि नहीं ये देखेगा. होगी तो true, otherwise false. Then the next operator that we have is less than equal to. After that we have greater than equal to. Then we have double equal to operator, which is also known as equal to operator here. Now this is used to check whether the value of left hand side operand is equal to the right hand side operand or not. a की वैल्यू b से सेम है कि नहीं, दोनों की वैल्यू सेम है कि नहीं, ये चेक करना है. तो हम लोग ऐसे लिखेंगे a डबल इक्वल टू b. अगर होगी तो इट विल रिटर्न यू ट्रू, अगर नहीं होगी तो इट विल रिटर्न यू फॉल्स. उससे एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट ये वाला ऑपरेटर आ जाएगा, नॉट इक्वल टू, है ना. यहाँ पे ये देखना है कि दो जो ऑपरेंड्स है, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑपरेंड एंड राइट हैंड साइड ऑपरेंड, उनकी वैल्यू एक दूसरे मतलब अलग अलग है कि नहीं. अगर अलग अलग होगी, सेम नहीं होगी, it will return you true, otherwise it will return you false. Now the next operator that I have put in the category of relational operators is an instance of operator. Why is it being included in this category? Because instance of operator का भी जो expression का final answer आता है वो हमेशा true या false में आता है. This operator is used to check whether a particular reference belongs to particular class or not. अभी इस ऑपरेटर का जो यूज है वो इतना ज्यादा क्लियर नहीं होगा, बट यस डेफिनेटली in coming sessions we are going to make use of this operator and we'll see that in detail. Now the next bitwise operators that we are going to talk about is going to be bitwise and, bitwise or and bitwise XOR. तो ये bitwise and operation, bitwise ये वाला जो pipe है, pipe operator, it will be used to perform bitwise OR operation, and then यहाँ पे bitwise XOR operation होने वाला है. Then we have logical operators with us, double ampersand and double pipe. So what is difference between bitwise and logical and what is difference between bitwise OR and logical OR? हम लोग आने वाले प्रोग्राम्स में देखने ही वाले हैं. Then we have ternary operator here. Again ternary operator जो यूज किया जाता है, why is it known as ternary? Because it works on 3 operands, इसलिए उसको ternary operator बोला जाता है. And it is alternative to if conditions in Java. तो this operator was there in C and C++ also. तुम लोगों ने already देखा ही होगा, हम लोग आगे जाके इसको जरूर देखेंगे. Then we have assignment operators. Assignment operators, all of the assignment operators always work from right to left. So when we say a equal to 30, 30 is going to get assigned into a from right hand side, value would be assigned to left hand side. Then we have compound assignment operators also. We have already talked about compound assignment operators in our previous sessions. And then there is a collection of miscellaneous operators available in Java. There are lots of miscellaneous operators available, out of which this one is parenthesis. Parenthesis, we always use them in case of arithmetic operations. If you want in an expression, if suppose there are several operations to be performed, out of which there is one particular operation to be performed at the start, so we will always put bracket around it. Okay. Then ये जो operator है इसे array subscript operator कहा जाता है. This operator is used to access elements present in an array. Then we have member selection operator, which is used to call methods using objects. So we always call object dot method sort of thing. We have lambda operator, which was added in Java 1.8. This operator is used in case of lambda expressions. Now, what are lambda expressions? Again, we are going to cover that topic in our coming sessions. So these are the operators available in Java. So now let's see all this. Let's see some of them in programs, whether we can create interesting examples using these operators. So I'm going to open up program now. I'm going to open up the command prompt also, so that we would be able to execute our programs. I'll go to the folder where I have kept all the programs. Let me open this. Okay. So now we have come up to this point. This is the last program that we had seen in our previous session. So let's first start from these unary operators. Again, you people must have seen these operators in case of C and C++. So this is going to be in a way a revision for you people. So say I have said int x equal to 23 here, and then I would like value of x plus plus to be printed on screen. Let's check what answer are we going to get. Java C, I'm going to compile My program has been compiled. You should see no errors here. कोई errors नहीं है. Let's run this program. As you can see there, value 23 itself is being printed. So sir, अब तो 23 ये value print हुई है, and you had said that plus plus is an increment operator. तो increment operator से तो value बढ़नी चाहिए थी x की. अब तो value अभी भी वो 23 ही दिखा रहा है. Let's see what has exactly happened here. Now we'll do one thing. We'll again print value of x. The next statement. So in this statement, we have printed value of x plus plus, and in this particular statement, we are printing value of x again. Now let's check what value of x are we going to get. Compile किया program को, अब हम लोग program को run करेंगे. Now look at the output. पहले 23 आया है, उसके बाद 24 आया है. तो now question comes up कि ये ऐसे कैसे हो रहा है यहाँ पे. See, the plus plus operator or the increment operator that you have used in this particular program is known as post increment operator. It is post increment operator. Just now I had told you that increment operator is used in two ways: post increment and pre increment and post increment. So in this scenario, it is being used as post increment operator. Now what does post increment operator mean? It means use the current value of operand in this expression, and afterwards change its value, increase its value. So when we said x plus plus, it was post increment, means initially whatever value of x was there got printed on screen. So value 23 was there in x, so 23 screen pe print ho gaya. But by the time you moved on to the next statement, because of post increment operator, value was incremented, and that's why on next line when you are printing value of x, now you are seeing the value being printed as 24. So this point is very important here. That's why इसे post increment operator बोला गया है, क्योंकि when you are going to use that operator in your code, at that time the value of variable operand is not going to get incremented. Afterwards it is going to get incremented. इसीलिए उसे post increment बोला गया है. Now instead of doing this thing, अगर मैंने plus plus x कर दिया, तो now this is going to be the scenario of pre increment operator. और अगर प्री इंक्रीमेंट ऑपरेटर का सिनारियो आ जाता है, तो अब इसी प्रोग्राम में हम लोग देखते हैं कि आउटपुट में क्या चेंजेस आ जाएंगे. Now look at the output. In both the statements, the output is being shown as 24 only. So what pre increment operator has done here? Pre increment means first it will increase the value, and that increased value, incremented value itself will be used in your expression. So that's why it is being shown as 24 in both the cases. Let's understand this with one more example. Let's do one thing. We'll say x plus plus into 2. Again, I have used this as post increment operator. Let's see what value are we going to get now. Combined, here we are printing x plus plus into 2, and then we are going to print x value on the next step, next line. Look at the value now, 46 and 24. So in this expression, x value of x which was used was 23 because it was post increment operator. But once this expression was resolved, afterwards x value got incremented, and that's why it is being shown as 24 on the screen. Now in this particular scenario only, if I would go for this concept, plus plus x into 2, which is again going to be the scenario of pre-increment operator. Now look at the output. 48 means x value was incremented to 24 first, and then multiplication happened. So I just hope that you people, this thing is very much clear for you now, that how exactly pre and post increment works. So now let's go on to the next part. Let's have a look at logical NOT. how logical not can be used, or rather how is it used. So suppose I'm going to come up with this condition here. So I'm saying if x is less than 20, I would like hello to be printed on screen. Else I would want hi to be printed on screen. Obviously, what should be the output? Is 23 less than 20? The answer is no. And that's why we are going to go towards the else part, and hi would be displayed on screen. Again, it is obviously expected from you people that you have idea about if condition, because you must have seen this in case of C and C++. Okay. So if the condition is true, part related with if would be executed. If it is false, part related with else would be executed. Let's see the output here. We have compiled the program. Now we are going to execute it. What value has got printed on screen? What output has been printed on screen? Hi, which means as the condition was false, we have gone to the else part. Now let's do one thing here. Let's write this. Now I have said if not x less than 20. Let's see what output comes up now. As you can see there on screen, hello got printed on screen. So as I had told you, logical not is used to change the value of Boolean variable. If it is originally true, it would be changed as false. If it is originally false, it would be changed as true. So initially this expression would be solved. Is x less than 20? The answer is no. So what is the answer of that expression? False. And now that false is being negated by making use of exclamatory sign, or say logical not operator. If you are going to negate false, now if it is going to be logical negation, obviously it would become true. False, if negated, would become true. And if the final answer of the expression becomes true for if condition, obviously the part related with if is going to get executed, and that's why hello got printed on screen. So this was about logical not operator. The next operator that we'll be talking about is going to be this one, bitwise operator. The difference between bitwise operator and logical operator, difference between bitwise and logical and, or say bitwise or and logical or. So let's have a look at this. This is going to be very, very interesting. Say I have value of x as 11. And then I would want to check boolean b equal to x greater than 10. I'm going to make use of bitwise or here, and then I'm going to say plus x greater than 10. And then here we are going to print value of x. Now, any guesses what output is going to come up? So as this is like recorded lecture, obviously I won't be able to see the reactions from your side or answers from your side. Let's compile this program and see its output after running it. I'm going to compile this. So the program has been compiled. Now let's run this program. Look at the output which has been displayed on screen here. Value of x is being displayed as 12. So let's have a look at this. Now the first thing, the moment majority of the times it happens that the moment people see this statement, people directly try finding out what final value of the variable b would be. But आई एम लीस्ट कंसर्न अबाउट दैट, बिकॉज इवेंचुअली मुझे तो x की वैल्यू प्रिंट करनी है, मुझे b की वैल्यू थोड़ी प्रिंट करनी है। तो प्लीज b की वैल्यू क्या है कि ये कैलकुलेट करने करने मत लग जाना तुम लोग, हमें ये देखना है कि x की वैल्यू क्या आएगी। तो द पॉइंट हियर इज bitwise OR is being used. First this part would be checked, is x greater than 10, the answer is true. Then this part would be checked, and when this part is to be checked, as pre-increment operator has more preference, has been given more preference than the greater than operator, this part would be executed first. So x value is going to get incremented by 1. This is pre-increment, right? So its value is going to get incremented by 1. The value would become 12. So both the sides are true, true or true. Final answer is going to be true only. But as I just told you, I was least concerned about what value was going to get stored inside B. What I wanted to find out whether x value was going to get incremented. So it got incremented, and that's why स्क्रीन पे अपने आउटपुट दिख रहा है कि x की वैल्यू यहाँ पे 12 करके दिख रही है। ठीक है, सो ये पार्ट हो जाता है। तो नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट कम्स अप, व्हाट इफ आई विल मेक यूज ऑफ लॉजिकल और ऑपरेटर। अगर मैंने यहाँ पे लॉजिकल और ऑपरेटर का यूज किया तो इज आउटपुट गोइंग टू गेट चेंज्ड। नाउ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी, है ना, ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन हियर। ये यहाँ पे ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन होगा कि क्या यहाँ पे अपना आउटपुट चेंज होने वाला है प्रोग्राम का। सो लेट्स चेक दिस। यू कीप योर फाइनल आंसर रेडी इन योर माइंड। अब देखते हैं कि क्या होता है। Compile, we are going to execute this and look at the output now. X value didn't get incremented this time. इस बार X की value increase नहीं हुई है, which simply means that this part didn't get executed this time. इस बार ये वाला part execute नहीं हुआ। अब क्वेश्चन ये आ जाता है कि now the moment I made use of logical or operator, right hand side part of the expression, why wasn't it executed? क्यों वो part execute नहीं हुआ? Now let's understand this. क्यों नहीं हुआ? So I'm going to start writing the explanation in comments here. The first thing that we will have to understand that in case of Java, logical and logical OR are considered as short circuit logical operators. लॉजिकल एंड लॉजिकल और को शॉर्ट सर्किट लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर्स कहा जाता है जावा में। व्हाई सो? बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ शॉर्ट सर्किट लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर्स, इफ द फाइनल वैल्यू ऑफ द एक्सप्रेशन कैन बी इवेल्युएटेड ओनली बाय लुकिंग एट LHS। LHS मतलब लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, मतलब ये वाला पार्ट। अगर फाइनल वैल्यू LHS को देख के ही इवेल्युएट की जा सकती है ऑफ द एक्सप्रेशन, तो RHS विल नेवर बी एग्जीक्यूटेड। राइट हैंड साइड एग्जीक्यूट होगी ही नहीं। एंड दैट्स व्हाट हैपेंड हियर। इनिशियली दिस पार्ट वाज चेक्ड, x greater than 10. Is x greater than 10? तो आंसर इज yes, it is greater than 10 because x value is 11. तो अब यहाँ पे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑलरेडी ट्रू आ चुकी है। यू वांट टू परफॉर्म लॉजिकल और ऑपरेशन, और से और ऑपरेशन। इन केस ऑफ और ऑपरेशन, अगर ट्रूथ टेबल्स तुम लोगों ने पढ़े हुए हैं, तो इन केस ऑफ और ऑपरेशन अगर दो में से एक कंडीशन भी ट्रू हो जाए तो सेकेंड कंडीशन भले ही फॉल्स हो, फाइनल आंसर इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी ट्रू ओनली। यस, सो द मोमेंट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड बिकेम ट्रू, JVM found it absurd to go to the right hand side and check what is happening on right hand side, because irrespective of whatever happens in right hand side, the final value of the expression was going to remain true only. और इसीलिए राइट हैंड साइड एग्जीक्यूट हुई ही नहीं। और अगर राइट हैंड साइड एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुई तो फिर x की वैल्यू इंक्रीज भी नहीं हुई, एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी आर सीइंग आउटपुट 11 being printed on screen. This point is very very important. ये वाली चीजें, ऐसी चीजें वो होती है जो इंटरव्यूज में लोगों को परेशान करने के लिए यूज की जाती है। तो बीइंग अ डेवलपर, है ना, you should never skip such kind of topics, क्योंकि लोगों को ऐसा लगता है क्या ऑपरेटर्स, देन डेटा टाइप्स, है ना, लूपिंग कंस्ट्रक्ट्स, ये क्या इजी टॉपिक्स है, ये थोड़ी हम लोगों को पढ़ने, हम लोग डायरेक्टली आगे चले जाएंगे. बट जो फ्रेशर्स है उनसे तो ये एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है, इवन एक्सपीरियंस लोगों से भी ये एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है कि उन लोगों को इन चीजों के बारे में डेफिनेटली पता हो. दैट्स व्हाई इनको शॉर्ट सर्किट लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर्स बोला गया, क्योंकि ये शॉर्ट सर्किट नेचर है इनका. अगर एलएचएस से ही फाइनल आंसर पता चल जाए तो फिर आरएचएस एग्जीक्यूट ही नहीं होगी. अब यहीं पे अगर मैंने ये लिख दिया डबल एंड, दैट इज लॉजिकल एंड ऑपरेटर अगर डाल के, तो नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस हियर. अब देखते हैं यहाँ पे क्या होता है. कंपाइल. तुम्हारा आंसर मन में रेडी रखना. लुक एट द आउटपुट नाउ 12. अब डबल, आई मीन लॉजिकल और डबल पाइप जब यूज किया था तब तो वैल्यू 12 नहीं हुई थी, मतलब राइट हैंड साइड हैड नॉट एग्जीक्यूटेड, hadn't got executed. बट दिस टाइम तुम लोग देख सकते हो राइट हैंड साइड एग्जीक्यूट हो गई, भले ही मैंने शॉर्ट सर्किट लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर यूज किया. तो क्यों हुई? बिकॉज दिस टाइम वी हैव एंड ऑपरेशन. इन केस ऑफ एंड ऑपरेशन, if you can remember if you can recollect the truth tables of AND operation, if both the sides, both the sides of the expression are true, then only the final answer remains true. Here the left hand side is true, right? But if right hand side becomes false, answer is going to get changed. That's why JVM would go on the right hand side to check this expression also. And if that is going to happen, obviously plus plus x, मतलब x की value increase हो जाएगी. And that's why 12 is the answer which is being displayed on screen. But अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ कर दूं, suppose मैंने x की value 9 कर दी, तो is 9 greater than 10? तो answer is no. Means the first side, left hand side itself has become false, and पहली side false हो गई है, LHS ही false हो गई, तो फिर right hand side में जाने का मतलब ही नहीं है. This time you will see that x value is going to remain 9 only. It's not going to get incremented. Let's compile it. और यहाँ पे जाके देख लेते हैं. देखो x की वैल्यू अभी भी क्या है, 9 है. अब वो इंक्रीज नहीं हुई क्योंकि अब अगेन शॉर्ट सर्किट नेचर ऑफ लॉजिकल एंड ऑपरेटर has come into picture. So I just hope कि ये जो बिहेवियर है ये तुम लोगों को अच्छे से समझ में आ गया है. This point is very very important. बहुत important point है. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं हम लोग. Let's talk about ternary operator here. Now, how can we make use of ternary operator in place of if condition? Let's check that. So in case of ternary operator, the overall syntax of it is shown something like this. First, we are going to come up with expression 1. If the expression 1 becomes true, expression 2 will be executed, else expression 3 will be executed. This is the scenario. If expression 1 becomes true, if the condition becomes true, expression 2 will be executed. Otherwise, expression 3 will be executed. So what effects is it going to have here? Let's see that. I'll say if int y equal to x mod 3 equal to 0, this is going to become my condition. अगर ये condition true आती है, so I would want value 23 to be put into y, else I would want value 25 to be put into y. And then finally, I'm going to ask Java to print value of y on screen. Now, is x mod 3 double equal to 0? Is it possible? The answer is yes. 9 mod 3 is equal to 0. In this case, the condition has become true. That's why value 23 would be returned into y, and then 23 should be displayed on screen. If this condition would have become false, then 25 would have been placed in y, and then 25 would have got displayed on screen. Let's see whether that is happening. File it, and we are going to run this. As you can see there, value of y is being displayed as 23. Why? Because the condition was true. But if I would change the condition, now I have said x mod 3 should not be equal to 0, but it is, means the condition is going to become false, and if it is going to become false, expression 3 would be executed and this value 25 would be assigned into y. Let's check whether this is happening. As you can see there, value 25 is being displayed on screen. So this is the way in which the concept of ternary operator is implemented in Java. You can make use of ternary operator to not only go for if else conditions, you can use it to perform, to show else if part also. You can use it to show nested if conditions also. Okay, so writing this particular statement is as good as writing the following scenario. If x mod 3 is not equal to 0, say return 23, else return 25. So it's up to you now whether you want to make use of if condition or say ternary operator. Okay, so now let's move on to the next part. Assignment operators, we have already seen the scenario in case of compound assignment operators in Java, that whenever we make use of compound assignment operators in Java, internally they perform implicit typecasting. So we will have to be very much careful while making use of them. Rest of the operators, brackets, we have already seen that. Array subscript operator and member selection operator and lambda operators, this we are going to see in our coming sessions. So today we are going to stop at this point only. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. So in our next session, we'll be coming up with more examples related with if condition and looping constructs available in Java. Thank you.